What it is, folks, it's your homeboy Furry back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on some. Make sure y'all watch all segments of episode 171. Is that what we are? 171? Yeah. Episode 171. I'll be putting in that work, okay? So make sure you watch all segments of episode 171 to put it on some. Okay. Share. Put all your people on it. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We got a lot of haters out there that be trying to, talking about hit that dislike. But they can't fuck with the movement. Talking about 90% of the motherfuckers out there down with me. You feel me? And I appreciate y'all tremendously. We ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna go ahead and get into it, okay? Because Jackson State University won an ugly one against Bethune-Cookman. But I'll take it. You feel me? They ain't always got to be pretty. You feel me? You ain't got to have style points to go win a SWAC championship. You ain't got to have that, okay? And we that's still on the table. I know FAMU beat Alabama State today, but I don't give a damn. That's still on the table, okay? So it doesn't take style points to win, but you got to win. And we got to win by the score of 22-16. Okay. Shout out to all y'all real ones that I saw at the game. I love meeting the real ones. Some of y'all I ain't get a chance to meet. You just shouted out. You might have just said put it on something. You might have just said first. You might have just said something else that we getting ready to do right now. Okay. And y'all already know what that is. Okay. Because this is the thing I like about the Boom. Whether we winning by 40 or whether we down, it don't matter. The Boom gonna play, okay? And here on Put It On Something, whether we win big or whether we win ugly, whether we win by 40 or we win by 6, one thing we gonna do is strike up the mother fucking band. Let's go! Shout out to the Sonic Boom of the South. I'll be discussing their marvelous performance. Okay. Another marvelous performance momentarily. Okay. Yeah, the Boom has no ugly victories. Okay. Only victories that are exemplary. Only fantastic. Only victories in splendor. You understand? That's what them motherfuckers do. Okay. But let's get to the game. Okay, that's why you came here, for the realest rundown. So let me give you the realest rundown. Okay, I was working hard for y'all, okay? Yes, I was at the game. Yes, I was enjoying the festivities, but I was working. Okay? So I have my notes. So here is the realest rundown. All right, to start off the first, they got the ball first. All right, defense forced a punt. That's something that defense did routinely today. Shout out to the defense. You did a masterful job today. Okay. I was hard on y'all last week versus Texas State. I don't know. I guess y'all saw that beef up front. Y'all decided we not coming to the party this week. You decided to come to the party. I appreciate that. That's all. I just come to the party. Okay, do your job. So I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all today. Okay, but defense forced the punt. Okay, we gave them good field position. With our kick. Now we are in a fucked up situation with our special team right now. Punter hurt, kicker hurt. We made history by having a young lady come out there and kick for us. Seems like, from what I understand and what people are reporting, that this may be the first time in HBCU history that you had a young lady go out there and kick. Okay. And I want to make sure I say that young lady's name. Okay. Leilani Armenta. Okay. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Queen. Okay. If you go follow her on Twitter, okay, you'll see that the Queen has posted as a pinned tweet showing you that in high school she used to do that shit. Okay, showing that in high school she was 98 or 105 on PATs. And she said two of them motherfuckers were blocked. She wanted you to know. Okay. The two of them things were blocked. So really, she only missed five. Okay. She was 5 of 5 field goals. Okay. She got her stats up here for kickoff, yardage, and shit like that. So say like the Queen used to do this shit. You feel me? And I'm glad that she stepped in, for us on tonight. Okay. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think our long snapper ended up having to do punts for us. So we had some young people step up in a major way. Okay. And step into a pressure situation. You feel me? Because it's the first home game, a lot of expectations. Is the first home game of the TC Taylor era as well. Okay. It's the first home game in the post prime era. It's a lot of firsts. You feel me? No pun intended. But to step in there and do what they did, to know that they were in a tough situation, it makes you look at things differently. Now, I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. When I was just looking at the game and not knowing the circumstances behind and shit like that, I like, man, hold on, what the fuck are we doing? My brother was there with me. Shout out to my brother Kiki. He was in the bit like, man, what are we doing? We keep shaking these punts. But then once we got the information, we look at this shit differently. So shout out to those young people for doing what they did. Okay. But at any rate, even with that good field position that Bethune had, our defense forced to punt. However, they did convert on a fourth down on that drive. But we still were able to get off the field eventually. Okay. Now, when we got the ball, unfortunately, we were forced to punt. We started at the 2. Okay, they had a hell of a punt that pinned us deep. We put together a good drive. We dropped a bomb for a touchdown. And I couldn't catch exactly who that was. My OG, I ended up sitting by my OG C. Lee McKinnis later on in the game. Shout out to my OG C. Lee. Okay. And I want to say he told me that was Isaiah Spencer. And we know that young king has been playing well for us. Okay. He's a freshman. I know he got good hands because he's a damn basketball player. You feel me? And in basketball, shit, everybody got to be able to catch. I've seen him hoop. And we've seen him perform well for us this year. I don't know. Everybody makes mistakes. Maybe there was some nerves involved. First home game. You're from this area. You want that touchdown so badly. I don't know what it was, but that was a big drop. Okay. But I'm sure that young king will make up for it going forward in the year. Okay. After that, we had some good things going. But then an illegal formation stalled the drive. Okay. On Bethune-Cookman's next drive, we end up forcing a safety. Okay. We pinned them deep with a punt. And then we sacked the quarterback who was trying to scramble out. Now, we got him that time. But for most of the night, we were able to pressure him, but we just couldn't get that little motherfucker on the ground as much as we should have been able to. Okay. He was able to spin out a lot. And if you were at the game and watched it, or if you were watching on ESPN Plus, you saw what I was talking about. He was able to elude our defenders quite a bit. You feel me? But in this instance, we were able to get them on the ground to put up 2 points. Okay. When we got the ball back, we were forced to punt, unfortunately. All right, we didn't get anything going on this drive. There was bad blocking on the screen. The ball seemed to either slip out of JB's hand on third down, or I don't know if somebody hit his arm. I don't know. Again, I was at the game, so this is live. I don't get a replay or anything like that. Real ones, y'all may have seen the play I'm talking about and know what really happened. But at any rate, we were forced to punt. Okay. When they got the ball back, though, defense stood tall and they forced to punt. We did give up a long pass on this drive. They got us on a real good, either it was a crossing pattern or it was a real good deep dig route. Okay, but at any rate, we were still able to get off the field eventually. Okay, and that concluded the first quarter. So really, that thing ended being 2-0. Okay, in the second quarter, though, we were forced to punt, and it was a bad punt. But again, we're in a tough situation. Tough situation. Okay, and BCU capitalized on it on their next drive. Touchdown run. They took advantage of the field position. They converted on the fourth down. And once again, the elusiveness of their quarterback just really helped them. Okay. I'm sure during film study and during practice this week, that's something that the coaches would be discussing. How to keep these motherfuckers in the pocket. To my when you got them, when you putting pressure on them, let's put them on the ground. Let's not let them get outside of the pocket and then make things happen. Okay. So I'm sure that would be an emphasis. Okay. Thankfully, though, on our next drive, there was a touchdown pass by JB. We faked the run, we rolled left, then he threw to the back of the end zone for a tub. Unfortunately, our 2-point conversion failed. Okay. Now, I don't know if coach didn't trust the young lady to kick the PATs or what. Okay, or if he was, as my OG put it, hunting for points or chasing points. Okay, I don't know. It may have been the former. Maybe he didn't want to put the sister in that situation like that. I don't know. Okay, but not converting on those 2-point conversions would make the game tight for us at the end. You feel me? Because we end up winning by 6. You get a couple of those. I want to say we would have been up 8. You know what I'm talking about? And then you would have been forcing them to go get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Thank God it didn't come down to that. But y'all see what I'm saying. Okay. At any rate, on BCU's next drive, they would convert on a 42-yard field goal. The quarterback had a great play outside the pocket. Okay. Again, this little motherfucker was rolling. Okay. He rolled left and threw a strike to the sideline. Okay. Wide receiver made a great catch, too. Okay. So again, he's a right-hand quarterback. So going left, okay, and having a throw like that's just tough. All right, we think about Aaron Rodgers, my former quarterback, my Green Bay Packers, now hurt, currently for the New York Jets. Some of y'all Cowboy fans might remember when he rolled left and threw that dart down the sideline to our tight end back in the gap, okay, against y'all in Jerry World. Not saying it was that amazing of a throw, but the kid did make some good plays out there. Cause we were getting in that backfield and making him get on down, but he made some decent throws. Okay. But like I said, they converted on that 42-yard field goal. When we got the ball back, we were forced to punt. Okay. JB in a similar situation to Bethune-Cookman's quarterback, he rolled left, threw across his body, but overthrew the tight end. Okay. So similar situations. One quarterback made the play, the other quarterback didn't. Okay. And JB knows that he didn't play as well as he can play because we've seen him play well this year. We've seen it. Okay. And he knows that. And I like the accountability that the young man took, and we'll get into some of that a little later on, but I did like that. You know what I'm talking about. At any rate, we end up getting a pick off of their backup on the next drive for them. Okay, they were driving pretty well, but then their starter got hurt. Something seemed like it was wrong with his leg, I think. Okay, and then on the very next snap, we picked off the backup. Seemed like the ball got tipped up in the air, not by the line. Seemed like either the defender hit it or it bounced up off of the receiver. I can't recall that, but I know we got a much needed pick in that situation. So that sent us into halftime. And so at the half, the score was 9-8 Bethune-Cookman. Okay. Real low scoring, real defensive battle type of shit. Okay. Which we weren't necessarily expecting, given the fact that we were able to put up points last week against Texas State. Okay, we couldn't stop them motherfuckers, but we were putting up points against Texas State, FBS, Sun Belt Conference, Texas State. So we thought, okay, we finna put up some numbers on Bethune then, and we could do that. Bethune said, fuck what y'all talking about. Fuck what y'all talking about. We got something for you. All right, and they made it a hell of a ball game. Okay. And that brought us to halftime. Okay. Where the illustrious, the incomparable Sonic Boom of the South put on yet another show. Okay. Amongst the songs that they performed Can't Stop by After Seven. Y'all don't know nothing about that Can't Stop because y'all were not there. Y'all were not there. Some of y'all youngins out there. Okay. I'm saying that because when the Boom were playing the record, okay, I looked over there at the student section and they wasn't giving me the vibe like they knew what was going on. Okay. But they don't know nothing about that. Can't stop. How I feel. I'm digging on you, you digging on me, and digging on. I don't know all the songs, all the words to the song, excuse me, but I know it's a vibe. I know it's a vibe, okay? Then they followed that up later on with that Ready or Not. I'll give you everything and more. All that I've got is yours. I'll give you everything, every little thing. All that you're looking for. See, that's some music. Shit. The young blood didn't know nothing about that over there in that student section. I looked at y'all young bloods over there. Okay. I think I texted my young boy and my young boy Sherry Brooks and told him, you don't know nothing about that. Okay. Because you were not there. But when they played that Sexy Red, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown, they all them motherfuckers going crazy. They goddamn it. They know that shit. They vibe to that shit. But they don't know nothing about that. I blame the OGs. OGs do better. Y'all want Jason Brown to do better. You want the OC to do better. You got to do better with putting your youngins on some of this good music from the past. Okay, play some 90s R&B for them. Okay, do better, OGs. I'm not gonna blame the BGs for that. That's on the OGs, but not playing the goddamn records for the BGs. Okay, but shout out to the Boom for being you. Okay, shout out to the Boom for being you. There were some teams in the United States of America who lost today, and they didn't have no Boom to get them through what they were going through. But we have y'all win, lose, or draw, and we appreciate y'all. You feel me? Shout out to the Boom. But let's get back to the realest rundown, okay? We came out in the third. We got the ball first, but we were forced to punt. And for some reason, we ran 2 quarterback draws on this goddamn drive. I have no idea what the fuck we doing, okay? From a deception standpoint, I guess they can work from time to time because you don't think that JB gonna do that. But this shit was called too frequently today. I just gotta say that. Okay. I told y'all that brother. I think I can outrun the king right now. I think I can outrun the king. And the king is a great athlete. I'm not saying that. I can't go out there and sling that ball like that king. I can't do that. Okay. I've never had to play quarterback out there. So I'm not gonna say I can go out there and read defenses like that king. Okay. But if you just put me at the goal line and put that king at the goal line and say take off, I might get him. Okay. He got one bad knee, I got two. You feel me? So why the fuck are we running all these goddamn draws with this brother? Okay. Give the ball to Mr. Mulligan. I'm gonna say it nicely this time. Y'all ain't been hearing me the other way. Just get the ball to Mr. Mulligan. Please do that for me. Okay. Because I don't need to see this shit. We had one draw on first and then one on third that went nowhere. The one on first got a couple yards, maybe 3, 4. The one on third went nowhere. Okay. Then we had, pretty bad punt. Again, we in a fucked up situation. And we had an illegal touching penalty. Okay. So none of that was good. The tough punt, okay. That's unlucky that we in this shit ass situation with the punter. The penalty, we control that shit. Stop it. Okay. Defense though. In all these situations, a lot of short fields that we put our defense in, they stood tall. We forced the punt. Okay. And that's what happened on Bethune-Cookman's next drive. It was a good stand by the defense. Put in tough situation and they just stood tall. Okay. As I said. However, when we got the ball back, we were forced to punt. The tight end was butt the fuck ass naked on third and like 3 or 4. JB ran that motherfucker instead. Okay. He will be better, y'all. He gonna watch this tape. Young King gonna see the arrows of his ways. The OC gonna watch tape, see the arrows of his ways. They gonna do better. Don't put my trust in them. They gonna get the job done. Okay. On Bethune's next possession, we were able to get a scoop and score. Okay. Defense came to play. So they already forced a safety, then put up 2 points. So now on a 3rd and 1, they forced a fumble, scooped that motherfucker, and got on down. Okay. So that's 8 points. There's 8 points that the defense scored. Without them 8 points, we lose. We won by 6 points. You take them 8 points off the board that the defense scored, we lose the game. Shout out to the goddamn defense. Okay. Again, I was hard on y'all last week. Y'all deserve this shit this week. Great job. Okay. The 2-point conversion failed. And we got a dumbass personal foul by throwing the ball at the defender. Okay. Woo, TC finna be on some y'all ass, dog. I don't know what we were thinking on that one. All right. But on the ensuing kickoff, we push kicked it and recovered the ball. We recovered that motherfucker. Okay. But we didn't take advantage of it. We failed to score on the drive. We went forward on 4th and 9. Wide receiver was butt the fuck ass naked in the back of the end zone. We didn't see him. Okay. However, the defense still stood tall, forced a punt. On the next drive, Zy McDonald came in because after that previous drive, you did hear a few boo birds come out. Okay, you did hear a few boo birds. I think people are very reluctant to boo. One, because I think the fan base really likes JB. JB got a good spirit from what it seems like on social media, from what it seems like if you've seen him be interviewed with the community work that the young king has done. But more notably, I think the fan base is hesitant to boo because of TC Taylor. This man has a lot of love within the fan base because of his playing days and now rising through the ranks and finally getting a chance to be the head coach, especially in such a important time coming off of the Deion Sanders era and all the shots that have been thrown at Jack State University. Okay. Folks don't want to do that. Folks don't want to do that. But after that last drive, when I'm telling you, Cub was butt ass naked in the back of the end zone and JB didn't hit him, a few boo birds did come out. Okay. Which led to Zai coming out. We were forced to punt. All right. Really didn't get into any creative shit with him in there. So we were forced to punt, and then JB ended up coming back in later on. But that concluded the third quarter. So now we got into the fourth quarter. I want to say between the third and the fourth quarter, I think they brought the kids out there on the field, and the goddamn kids were jugging and shit. You know what I'm talking about with Shell B. And this was some hilarious shit. Okay. I think that's when they put on this song by Sexy Red, you know what I'm talking about, at Pound Town record. And I think the kid was out there shaking it, you know what I'm talking about, dancing. And they didn't quite get off the field quick enough, like before the players got back out there and got lined up. So you just hear folks in the crowd, get off the field, get off the field. And you hear one king behind us say, I'm fighting for my season and I got these kids out on the field shaking it. Oh boy. You gotta love that aspect of the game, like being at the game. You gotta love that aspect of that shit. Okay. But defense ended up forcing the punt, y'all. Like I said, they played well. Unfortunately, we ended up throwing a pick. When we got it back, we had 2 positive plays. We had a great run by Mr. Mulligan. Okay, we won't just keep handing it off to him. We had a nice stop route to the wide receiver on the sideline. We had a few of those, okay, throughout the game. But then after that, we tried to run like a stop and go. You know what I'm talking about? And that shit didn't work. The DB did not bite on that shit whatsoever. And we still put the ball up, and it was a gimme pick. Okay. Thankfully, though, the defense, y'all know what they did. Forced the punt. Okay. The punt took a BCU bounce, and then we were forced to punt. We dropped the first down, but were bailed out with a late hit on this, so it could have been stalled out even before it was. The drive still stalled though because of a hole and just bad play calling and bad execution. Okay, and we end up shanking the punt again in tough situation. Yeah, defense forced the punt though, and they were just great. I just stood up and was like snapping for they motherfucking ass just because they were put in some difficult situations. Okay, short fields all night long, pretty much. And they stood tall. They stopped them on 3rd and 4th and short. Okay, real physical. And then Bethune's front line on both sides of the ball really didn't look like they had that much beat, especially nothing compared to them big motherfuckers we faced off against last week. Them big ham hawk eating motherfuckers for Texas State. Okay. So our defense was able to stand up to their ass pretty well. And then finally, they just give Mr. Mulligan the damn ball. And what he do? Take that bitch for 60. Just give him the ball. Against South Carolina State, we saw what the brother did. I rarely see him have negative plays. Okay. Is every play going to be a 60-yarder? No. Okay. But we can't stop going to Mr. Mulligan just because he has a 1-yard run or a 2-yard run. That shit's going to happen. That's going to happen. but he's going to get you something positive. And he just might get you a 60-yarder. If you just give him the damn ball. Can you do that for me, please? Now, that seemed like that was going to be the nail in the coffin, but BCU did end up getting a touchdown pass. The drive was aided by a personal foul on us. Again, TC finna be on these motherfuckers' asses. Okay. Well, at least he should be. So then they put the pressure on us, try to run the clock out. And unfortunately, we were forced to punt, but we got bailed out by an illegal substitution. Okay. A holding call really messed us up on this drive. You know what I'm talking about? But like I said, with that illegal substitution, that saved us. That saved us. But Mr. Mulligan would have picked up the first that would have really sealed the deal. But like I said, it was a holding call. Play calling was pretty bad on this drive. No clue why we did the runs with JB. I just don't get it. JB is a pocket pass. We got to run the ball and let that young king play off of play action. If we want to take shots, let it be shots off of that. Because you got a physical downhill runner like Mr. Mulligan shit. Take advantage of that motherfucker. Let him be the focal point of the offense. And everything play off of that. That's what I say. That's what I say. Okay. But after they got that penalty, we were able to run the clock out. Now, there was some confusion on timeouts, whether they end up giving BCU whether they end up giving BCU an extra timeout or whatever. I don't know. Either the scoreboard was wrong or they fucked that up. I don't know. Whatever the case was, we got out of there with a win. Okay. 22-16. And I'll take it. Okay. As I said, JB was very accountable for his play in this game. The young king tweeted out, defense, thank you. Rest of the offense, thank you. Special teams, thank you. Now I got to do my part consistently. Great team win. Okay. I like that shit, young man. I like that. Okay. That's good leadership. It's a good way to be a quarterback. Okay. So shout out to the young men. First home game. As a former athlete, you know, even though it was just high school level, it was kind of tougher to play at home than it was on the road. And on the road, seemed like I was able to have more tunnel vision. You don't know nobody. They don't know you. Yeah, they end up booing, but fuck them. You know, you can kind of block shit out. When you at home, you got all these people that you don't want to let down. Classmates. Some of the kids got their grandmama and aunties up in the goddamn stand, all that kind of shit. You know, maybe that plays a role into the psyche, you know, for a home game like this. So, so we gotta get that shit right because the next home game will be homecoming. Okay, and I'm sure that bitch will be packed out. Okay, but again, shout out to the squad. Okay, a win is a win. Going into the bye week, time to rest up, get iced up. You feel me? Hit that film room, hit that classroom. Okay, and get ready for the rest of the season. All right, put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.